If you are a Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Gemini, we're gonna need to have another conversation. In case you missed it, we had a really significant full moon eclipse in Pisces at 15 degrees that happened over the weekend. And if you're thinking, oh my god, nothing happened, Tasha, what the fuck? It doesn't mean that things are not still unfolding. And on some level, this is the week where you're gonna start to make some changes, or you're gonna have events that are coming up that could feel eclipse-esque. That's because Mercury and the Sun will be meeting up with the South Node in the build-up to a Mercury Cazimi happening on September 13th. So the Sun represents our self. It represents both the lower vibration and the higher self, but it also represents our personality, our ego, but also our father. While Mercury, on the other hand, represents our communication function, it represents our filter, it also can represent siblings. And it's the idea that Mercury and the Sun are both linking up with the South Node, which tend to invite a sense of letting go, releasing attachments to, if you're thinking about the Sun, what our personality has integrated as a core function of our personality, how we seek external validation, but then also with Mercury, our filter. Because both are in Virgo, there's a lot about service, there's a lot about perfectionism, there's a lot about standard. There's also a lot about, I have to be the one in control, I have to take control, can I actually delegate, or am I kind of attached to this idea of I gotta be in the know, I gotta micromanage, and I gotta kind of clean up everyone's shit. So the idea that the Sun and Mercury are linking up with the South Node gives us a chance to say, hold on, these are my habits of this version of myself before. Now, if I'm trying to be this other person, this person that has healthier boundaries, that can actually say no to things, that can actually only be responsible for my stuff, that can actually focus on my craft so that I can then offer and be of better service to my community, that's all for contention this week. And I think the universe is so powerful, right, and gracious, because not only are Mercury and the Sun linking up with the South Node to give us a chance to suck this out of our psyche, we then get the Mercury Cazimi on September 13th, which represents a renewal of this filter, an inflection point and clarity. Maybe it's the idea that we're linking up with a mentor, we're talking to a friend that we haven't caught up with in a minute, we're reading a book, a self-help book, we're consuming content, right, that all of a sudden brings us in a moment that can then actually encourage us to take more intentional action. So again, it's the idea that this is a week we get to put the habits in place as a function of the lunar eclipse in Pisces that was asking us to maybe let go of some passivity, maybe let go of this idea of, well, I have to be nice, but really I'm not actually being kind because I am overextending beyond my energetic capacity.